Hello everyone and welcome back. I do apologise, we did lose connection with the internet there, but we are now back with the action here in this Mexican Grand Prix. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but we are now back thankfully. We've just lost a few laps of the action, but as you can see, Vault X Falcon is still in the lead of this Mexican Grand Prix in the Ferrari. And I think we've had a few pit stops here by the looks of things. We've lost Pullet as well, he's been disqualified from the race. We've lost Red Matt and Hungry Tadpoles too. So let's have a quick look at any pit stops that have occurred in the last couple of laps. As you can see, Cliffy now up into 6th position and Norwick as well climbing up. But there is the stop count. Shimasi, Lickle, Lewis all been in the pit. Lewis of course and Frisky in for damages, but Shimasi and Lickle they've been in for their pit stops, and there's a good chance that those two could climb right up the order. Because they've pitted so late. But then again, I say that, look at the battle that Shimasi is involved in. It's an incredible scrap here between Shimasi, Johnny, Paga, Michael. Look at them all queuing up to battle one another, and not at all what they needed. As into the pits comes ZR Mercedes. This is definitely going to help Falcon in his quest for victory this afternoon. The fact that all these guys are stuck in a massive battle for position. So down into turn 1, and Shimasi has a little look up the inside there of Johnny. He cannot find a way through though. As you can see behind that, Lickle trying to get onto the tail of these guys, and obviously the plan right now to pit would not be good for Gonan and Falcon out in front, because look at the battle they're going to get themselves involved in. All these guys, a pit stop behind it already, as Shimasi has a little look up the inside of Johnny, and now he switches back. Well, he'll now have the inside for the next corner, and will he complete the move? It would be beautiful if he did. Well set up by Shimasi. They will go side by side into the next left-hander. Shimasi trying everything he can. He uses the extra grip, the extra confidence to sweep round the outside of the Renault and through and up into 8th place. Beautiful stuff from him, and through past Johnny he goes with no problems at all. It was a fight, but through he went, and they set it up brilliantly at 4 or 5 corners prior to that, as Gonan takes the lead as Falcon comes into the pits. But the battle is really starting to take shape in that midfield group. Cliffy holding them all up on those soft tires. Norwick just breaking away from Cliffy now, but Cliffy, Michael, Paga, Shimasi and Lickle all scrapping like crazy. Where is Falcon going to come out here as he makes his pit stop? He comes out down in 9th position, so behind Lickle and behind Shimasi, so he relinquishes what would be the lead. I don't know if he's doing a 1 stop from here on those soft tires. The other guys on super softs potentially going for a 2, so certainly one to watch as Cliffy now moves up into 3rd place as a result of these stops, and Gonan still is your leader. Gonan leads from Norwick in 2nd, VRT Cliffy is 3rd, then it's Michael in 4th, who's going very long on his ultras, the same as your race leader Gonan, and we expect that from Michael of course with his brilliant capability to save those tyres. Then it's Shimasi in 5th, Paga is 2nd, and make that, a battle there between the two Renault cars, and there was no signs there of one Renault letting the other through, was there? Absolutely none. Lickle diving up the inside of Johnny up into 7th position, and now he can set about Shimasi up ahead, but already Paga's been overtaken by Shimasi, who's on a bit of a charge here at the moment since he's fitted those super softs and gone charging back up through the field. Next on his radar is none other than Michelangelo, and we know how quick he is. But today, a frustrated figure, stuck behind Cliffy on those softs and unable to make any progress after that collision in the first corner on the opening lap. So here goes Shimasi then, out of the final corner, in the Haas. Can he line up Michelangelo as they cross the line to start lap 13 out of 36? Here we go. Michelangelo opens a DRS for the car because he has it from the car in front, but is it going to help him at all? He's going to need it to defend. Shimasi's going to go round the outside of Michael. Meanwhile behind that there's another battle going on, and is he going to do it? Round the outside, beautiful stuff. Shimasi now up into 3rd position and driving beautifully here. Absolutely wonderful from him. He moves up another position, but here comes Michael on the retaliation. Is he going to come straight back up the inside? No, he's not. It's a battle for 5th and 6th rages on, and it looks like Lickle has found a way past Paga up into 5th position, and Paga putting in a fine performance on his ILR1 debut, keeping pace with these guys, rubbing shoulders with the very best. And as you can see, Lickle blocks too much grip on those tires, too much pace, overtakes him and moves up into 5th position. Next on his radar will be Michelangelo in 4th position. So Norwick is now in the lead of this race on those soft tires. Him and Cliffy of course going very long into this Grand Prix, and Cliffy really trying to hold these guys up. He knows later on in this Grand Prix we will come back to him when he puts on fresher tyres. As the battle continues. Look at this, Michael battling now with Lecco, and it's not often we see Michael struggling so much, and he's coming in. He's had enough of those tyres, as has Paga, both of them on lap 14 out of 36, coming into the pits. And this looks like a one-stop strategy for Michelangelo. It must be if he's doing 14 laps on ultra softs. The interesting thing is, will it be a set of softs or will it be a set of supers? Well, there you go, soft tyres. Even Michelangelo can't do a one-stop on the two softest compounds at Mexico. So that gives you an idea of how much tyre wear there is on this racetrack. Paga's come in and interestingly fitted a set of ultra soft tyres, so he, you would think, will be in the pits again. As Nowak continues to lead in the battle, rages for second and third. Shimasi now ahead of Cliffy as well now, really staking a claim to go on and win this Mexican Grand Prix. He is, of course, on a two-stop strategy, we believe, so he's got to make these positions, he's got to make his move, and this is not working for Cliffy so far. He's obviously on a one-stop, and he's already been overtaken by Shimasi on a two-stop, so that really not working at all for him, really, when you think about it. Can Nowak hold Shimasi back for long? He's going to have to try, 1.1 between them, but that gap quickly coming down as we now tick towards the halfway point of this race. Lap 14 out of 36, and then Nowak leading from Shimasi second. The one man who has made a pit stop, then it's Cliffy third, and look at this, Lecco blocks next to line up Cliffy. Cliffy's bailing out on those softs, and into the pits he comes, and now that seems very, very early. 14 laps on the softs, and he's had enough, so strange there from Cliffy. What time will he go on to get to the end of this Grand Prix? Has he bailed out of that strategy? It certainly seems like it, as Lecco now moves up into third position as a result, and Shimasi, as we thought, already climbing all over the back of that Williams car of Nowak in front. So here we go, lining them up, looking for a position to go through on that Williams. Probably the best chance down into turn one, or where we are right now in this infield section, just at the end of that long straight. You can complete the move here, as we've already seen Shimasi do on the outside in fine style on Paga earlier on in the race. And now he's right onto the tail of that Williams car, no grip left on those tyres, and he's coming very, very quickly, and as you can see there, the dirty air really taking its effect on Shimasi. He missed the corner, and Nowak frustrating him at the moment and allowing Lecco to get back into this one, back onto the tail of Shimasi, and Shimasi will really, really need to get this move done as quickly as he can. Falcon and Gonanen are also in the picture behind, just about to get themselves involved as Nowak goes for another lap. And continuing on this marathon stint on the soft compound tyres. Interestingly, Cliffy went for a set of super softs. Will he take those the distance? It will be interesting to see if he can, as Shimasi now lines up Nowak, and look at the straight line speed difference there, through and into turn one on the outside, and moving into the lead of the race. And now he's put a car between himself and his main challenger, Lecco. So can Lecco now find a way past Nowak? They want to do it quickly. I want to keep the Shimasi at arm's length. And as well, Falcon and Gonanen as well, try to keep him at arm's length. Interestingly, these two behind might be doing the one-stop strategy, Falcon and Gonanen. Meanwhile, it might be the two for Shimasi and Lecco. So it's good to see different strategies being played out in races. That's what we love to see in Formula 1, not only the racing aspect, but the strategy's been different. Some people on two stops, some people on one stops. That really has changed over the games, really, from Codemasters in recent years. It's all down to the rules as well, and how Pirelli make the tyres, as Lecco now passes Nowak to make that second place his, and now we can chase down Shimasi. But yeah, as I was saying there, 2017 the tyres are more durable, so you get less strategic elements in the races, but it's good to see that the Mexican Grand Prix keeps the battle between one stop and two stops, just as it did last week in the USA. It was a toss-up between either one or two. It's not a straightforward one stop strategy. So Shimasi on lap 17 out of 36 is your leader. Lecco is second. Nowak still going on those soft tyres. A marathon stint now, 17 laps since the start of the race on those tyres. Then it's Falcon in fourth. He was your early leader. He conceded it to do his one-stop strategy by pitting later than Shimasi and Lecco. They obviously had better tyres when they pitted and are now in front of, well, Falcon. So yeah, Gonanen, his main rival on that strategy, right behind him. And Falcon will want to get past Nowak quickly, because he doesn't want to concede track position to Gonanen, who's really put in a fine performance here today, showing that he is capable of racing at the front in races and not just fade away after qualifying as he did, particularly in the first stint last time out in the USA. So Gordon knows this is a real opportunity here if he can mount the pressure on Falcon, force him to make a mistake. We did see this of course in Japan, where Lewis was trying to overtake someone and it allowed Michael to get ahead of him. But there you go, Falcon finds his way past Nowak, and it's not really a competition between those two at the moment. And Nowak, I think he knows that. I think he's realised there's no much point in fighting this, and with the tyres and the state that they are on his car, what is the point? And through goes Falcon up into third and can bet your bottom dollar Gordon N's about to follow him through as they go across the start finish line to start the 18th lap of this Grand Prix. Gordon N pulls alongside and eases past that Williams car into the top four, and there you go, the top four now all made their pit stops. That's how it is. But Shimasi and Lickle, I think, going on a two-stop, and Vault, Falcon and Gordon N on the one-stop, so definitely one to watch. Zalman trying to cling on to them, similar strategy to Gordon N and Falcon. One stop, of course. Can he now chase them down and complete a fine weekend here in Mexico? Because of course Zalman lost all his points in the final lap after a complete disaster, but his tyres just started overheating in the USA and last time out in Austin. But at the moment he's on for a good result, but I'm not going to speak too soon because I've seen it how quickly things can change. He's 6th at the moment, Lewis is 7th, he's in a Mercedes 8th, then a drop back to Michael in 9th position. Who would have thought this? Michelangelo down in 9th, having a torrid afternoon, a frustrating one. He got involved in an accident at the start, and then on a little bump at the start dropped him down and just never recovered, caught in traffic throughout the Grand Prix, and he's now down in 9th on the soft tyres, presumably going to the end of the race from there. And Cliffy behind him in 10th, he's had a bit of a nightmare too, changing his strategy midway through that opening stint. I think he just bailed out in the softs, didn't think it was working for him. It's Shimasi now. We've got action going on up at the front. Look at this. Lickle has just passed Shimasi, hasn't he, to take the lead. I missed that one, folks. Lickle blocks, takes the lead away from Shimasi. Who's seen that coming? And there you go, Lickle passes and up into the lead he goes, and we've got a battle behind as well. We've got Gordon N ahead of Falcon as well now. So it's all change at the front. Gordon N passes Falcon and Shimasi is passed by Lickle, and not a good few moments for Falcon, is it? And neither for Shimasi. And Lickle, of course, we did see him qualifying, he had more pace than Shimasi, and he's moved ahead up into the lead. And can he now pull away from that Haas car? Well, he needs to, because of course the guys behind, as I've mentioned, on a two-stop and a one-stop for Lickle and Shimasi. But Shimasi really struggling here and dropping right off the back of Lickle and into the clutches of Gordon N now. So the front four all dueling close together on the track. Zallen about to close in on them as well. Look at this. He's moving in after clearing Nowak. Really tight, really tight action at the front. Difficult to call a winner at this stage. I might go for the one-stop, lads. I think the guys in the one-stop might have the edge. It's Gordon N now, lines up Shimasi. The soft tyre working for him really well in this second stint. Not so for Shimasi on the supers. And here comes Gordon N. He slips past into turn one, makes second place his, and Shimasi now drops into the clutches of Falcon. So are those super softs starting to wear on Shimasi now, as Falcon now can smell blood. He lines the Haas car up in front. Will he dive up the inside? He has a look, brakes very late, locks up a little bit, and Falcon completes the move and moves up into third position. Shimasi dropping like a stone on those tyres, simply not enjoying that super soft rubber, and down he goes to fourth position now. And Zallen also homing in on the back of him. And interestingly, even Novak's doing a good job holding on to his softs. He's been on the 20 laps now, and it puzzles me a little bit that Cliffy felt the need to bail out and go into a set of supers. It seems a bit strange why he did that, because Novak making it work at the moment, despite dropping off a little bit now. Will he go on to the ultra softs to the finish? You certainly think that has got to be the strategy from here for him, as Lickle is now under pressure from Gordon N. As Zallen now passes Shimasi, who's bailed out and come into the pits. Now will he go for another set of super softs, or will he go for a set of the ultra soft tyre? That's one to watch, as Gordon N now lines up Lickle going into turn one. Can he pick up his first ever ILR win? Would be a fine result for him. Shimasi, as you can see, has gone for super softs, as has Nowak. So how will that pan out for those guys? It's gone in now, lines up Lickle blocks in front as they go into turn 5. And gone in, closing and closing, and it seems to me that the one-stop strategy that these guys are on, Gone in and Falcon and Zalin, has worked an absolute treat. And the guys on the super softs not getting the best out of those tasks, just not a good race tyre it would seem. And will Lickle feel the need to bail out soon and go into a set of supers, or will he decide to hold on a little bit more and go on to ultras and try and come back at these guys at the finish? Quite possible that he will do that. So a real strategic game going on here. I tell you what, that would really help if he could hold these guys up, because if he doesn't, I think he needs to come into the pits. If they get past him, he might as well pit. But at the moment, he's not hindering himself by holding these guys up at all. This is an ideal situation. They will need to watch though for track position in relation to Shimasi, because of course he's come in earlier than Lickle. Has gone in now, lines up Lickle blocks, and here we go, he's going to the outside. Lickle will need to defend this. He really wants to defend it hard. Can he break later? He does break very late, but it's to no avail. Round the outside goes the Finn, and Garnin moves up into the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix, and is he now on course for his first ever ILR1 victory? Brilliant stuff, right round the outside, and Lickle's coming back though, he's having a look, but there's no more than a look, and Garnin takes the lead, and the Finnish driver will be jumping for joy. Brilliant. Up he goes into the lead, and Lickle's tyres are really starting to struggle as Falcon now begins to home in the back of him, and Zalin as well starting to get up onto the tail of these two as well. In fact, Zalin, he has shown flashes of really quick pace, but particularly in recent races he's dropped away. Now in the last couple of races, last 2-3 races, he's got his pace back on and got to within 2 or 3 tenths of the guys at the front, and here he still has a good chance of coming home with the victory. An outside chance, because of course he's behind those guys in front, but if anything happens, Zalin over there to pick up the pieces. He's 12 seconds ahead of the nearest car, Sarah Mercedes behind him. Now, can Falcon make his way past Lickle the way Garnin did into turn 1? He kind of needs to keep Garnin at arm's length, and Lickle not interested in fighting that. Is that a Esports team, Esports team work there, possibly, from the two of them? Maybe. And up Falcon goes into second place ahead of Lickle. Lickle not interested there in getting defensive down the straight, and Falcon moves up and now can start to threaten the leader, Garnin. As we've got action going on for 6th and 7th, that's Cliffy putting one on Michael. I'll tell you what, I've never seen Michael overtaken so many times in a Grand Prix. This is really not a good afternoon for him by any stretch of the imagination. A real struggle for Michelangelo. He drops now into 7th position. Remember folks, if you're in the comments section, if you're watching the race on the live stream, let us know who you want to be your driver of the day. But big mention here for Garnin, he's put in a fine performance. Falcon as well. The guys doing the 2-stop too, maybe Lickle and Shimasi have still got something to say in this Grand Prix. We'll find out, but the problem Shimasi's got is to pick him up now as he's fighting with other cars when he really needs to be getting ahead of them. Michael and Cliffy just up in front. Is Michael going to be overtaken again this afternoon? It looks like it. Shimasi on those super softs, far fresher. Is he going to make the move on the inside as they approach the stadium section? He's going to go side by side with the McLaren man, and he can't find a way through. He now tries to dive back to the inside again. Good action down at in the stadium section for the fans in the grandstand. It's not just all about the atmosphere down there, you can get some good racing action, and it's proven there by Shimasi and Michael. Now across the start finish line, can he make that move stick and move up into 7th place and start going about his business? Oh, look at that, squeeze right to the edge of the racetrack there, but there's nothing Michael can do, and the flying Haas driver moves up into 7th position, and next on his radar will be Cliffy. Can he get him very quickly as well and start moving his way towards the leaders? I've also got to say apologies if I sound a bit different this week. I've got a sore throat as well. Not helped by the football yesterday. And I was wondering why I sound a little bit different today. But yeah, great stuff from Shimasi, moving up into 6th position ahead of ESR Michael. But Garnin still in the lead. Interestingly, Lickle not interested in coming into the pits yet. Is he going to go all the way to the finish on those? I can't see it. He's dropping back into the clutches of Zalin now. And interestingly, Garnin's keeping Falcon at around 1.6 seconds gap, and into the pits now does come Lickle blocks on those super soft tires. Will he fit a set of his ultra softs and come charging back at those guys on the softs in the closing laps. Don't go anywhere, folks. This will be a frenetic and interesting, exciting finale to this Grand Prix. Which strategy is the one to choose? The guys in ILR2, they'll be watching this very closely, trying to figure out their best strategy. Of course, that is coming up next after ILR1 at 7 o'clock. And there you go, Leclerc's actually out behind Shimasi, as I thought he might be. As Nowak's under pressure from Lewis going down the straight, and Lewis goes past him into turn 1. Does he complete the move? Yes, he does, up into 9th, and Nowak drops down to 10th. So not a good day for Lewis, not a good day for Michael either, down in 6th position. Two drivers that often feature at the front, not so today. And a very unusual result, really, the way this has panned out. I really did not expect this. I thought Michael and Lewis would be out front, Cliffy coming at them as well. And that's just not happened today, to be honest. And it's great to see, it's refreshing to see Gonanen out in front, and Vault Falcon as well. Falcon's been knocking on the door for quite some time without getting the result, but I think he's going to have a good chance today. But he might just be about to be beaten to it by Gonanen this afternoon. Falcon always there or thereabouts, but never quite quick enough to win the race when it matters. And then now Shimasi lining up Michael Angelo, trying to make his way through, and Michael trying to keep that McLaren as wide as he possibly can as they come round the final corner. 10 laps to go. Shimasi knows he needs to complete the move soon, because Leclerc on those fresh ultra softs will be determined to get past and start coming back at the guys on softs at the front. Here we go then, Shimasi moving past Michael now. Leclerc will pick up a double toe here. He chooses to go to Michael's slipstream. Will he pass him as well going into turn 1? It looks like he will. Oh, he might even go past another one. Oh, he tries Shimasi on the brakes too. I think he broke really late there, got caught out. I don't think he was trying to pass Shimasi, and in the end there was nearly contact. Good driving from Shimasi for seeing him coming, and good driving from Leclerc to get the car stopped in time. He moves ahead of Michael. They both move ahead of Michael, and now Leclerc on those fresh ultra soft tires sweeps round the outside of Shimasi. That was wonderful stuff, and he moves up into the top 6. So here we go. Let's have a quick look in that gap to the leader. 22.8 seconds. How quickly can he whittle that down? It's going to be some effort though if he wants in the final 10 laps to catch Gonanen and Falcon. More than 2 seconds a lap he's going to have to take out them, so it will be very difficult, but it's one to watch. The tyres will start to struggle as Leclerc will now line up Cliffy and surely overtake him as well, because he's been on those tyres for quite some time. Is that Jamie joining us? It is. You know what, let's try and get him in this commentary box. Hopefully he will get in this commentary box. Bear with us, folks. Apologies for that. Let's go back to the action. Hopefully we can get Jamie back in here into the commentary box and hear what he's got to say on the race so far. I don't know whether he's been able to watch it or not, but let's see if we can get him in here and listen to his wise words. There he is. There's the man we're looking for. Jamie, where were you? Where have you been? Oh, nat type. No, this is not ideal. Not ideal. He's back again. Have we got you this time, Jamie? Doesn't sound like it. Yeah, we have.
My mic. What's up, fellas?
Hey, there we go. Jamie,
hey,
welcome to the commentary box. You're a bit late, mate. You're a bit late.
Oh, yeah, I know. Disaster, mate. Got held up in traffic. It's outside Mexico City, mate. It's not good. It's not good. But I'm here, lads. I'm here just before the action comes to an end.
Yeah.
What's going on out here, fella?
We've got 8 laps to go, Jamie, and we've got a very surprised leader here in Gonanen. Is he about to make a name for himself in ILR1? He is putting in a fine performance, by the way, and he's beaten Falcon by the looks of it. 2.1 seconds. He's building that gap up. Falcon looked like the man that was going to win this race today, with Michael in trouble, and of course Lewis in trouble as well, and Cliffy right down the order. But no, it's not the case. It seems like Gonanen is going to get in the way of Falcon's glory moment and take the victory instead. The Flying Finn bringing a fine show, Jamie, at the moment.
Oh, yeah, look at this. Gonanen, Falcon and LMP1. Oh, yes, boys.
Yep.
Everything big up, and the gaps look pretty close. There's a lot of battling.
Yeah, there is a lot of battling.
Wow.
as we watch Cliffy now under threatening Lickleblock, or Lickleblock's has just passed Cliffy, I should say. Lickleblock's, he's another challenger for the victory as well, Jamie, this afternoon. I don't think he's going to get up there in time on those ultra softs. He was on a two-stop strategy, Lickleblock's. He just fitted those ultra soft tyres and on a two-stop strategy, trying to come back at the guys in front of him. He will get ZR Mercedes with these, but after that, I think the podium is out of reach.
Oh, he's 1.5, sorry. Yeah, he won't get anything further than that.
He's trying his best. The gap to the leader is now 21.7, so there's no way he's catching them. ZR Mercedes is actually pitting. He's had enough of those tyres, and he's going to drop right down to 9th position, maybe even outside the points here. He will. So not a good afternoon for him. But it is gone and in as the pit stops shape out now. The race begins to take shape, and he looks totally set to take the victory, Jamie. What a performance it's been. Healy's Falcon in second. Zalwin putting in another fine performance in third.
Paga's out.
As we've lost Paga, where is that?
Smashed the, it's on the entrance to sector 3.
Well,
I think he spun it up on the curb and went inwards into the wall, or hit that wall and bounced off the other wall. That's not looking too good, mate.
It's not looking good at all. Paga out of the Grand Prix, has gone and in, your race leader passes him. Paga, of course, Jamie, an ILR3 driver, looking to make a name for himself in ILR1 next season. That's not the ideal way to start, is it?
No, I don't recommend starting like that. But hey, you know, it's his first debut. I don't know. He's an ILR1 next season, is he?
No, he's trying to make a name for himself to get into ILR1. This is a, what do you call it, Jamie, a trial for him. So we'll see how he gets on.
Look, Cliffy and Shimasi. Oh, and Lewis and Shimasi. Oh, side by side into the stadium session. I think Lewis went around the outside of Shimasi there. Whoa, what a move.
Lewis said,
what a move.
I've not seen much of him, Jamie, in this race. He's been fighting much further down the order, but Lewis now moving up into 6th position. And yeah, brilliant to see that the fans down in the stadium section are getting their money's worth. So brilliant stuff. I've never seen it, but Lewis moving ahead of Shimasi up into 2nd, and now he will challenge Cliffy in front of him. Shimasi, very surprising, since he's come into the pitch, Jamie, he's just been unable to make any progress on those super softs. A lot of drivers out there today have not been able to make the super softs work. And yeah, very strange as Lickle now is closing and closing. And the guys in front.
ZR Mercedes and Cliffy side by side. I think Cliffy got him around the outside. What a move. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Lewis.
No, Lewis. Sorry. Lewis got Cliffy around the outside of that car. That was brilliant.
Brilliant stuff from Lewis. He moves up now into 5th position. Cliffy drops to 6th place. Shimasi trying to get himself back involved. But I just don't know what's happened to Shimasi. Again, as I was saying there, the super soft tires just not working for many of these drivers in the field. Lickle, another one that struggled, but managed it a little bit better than Shimasi, and that's why he's up in 4th place, trying to hunt down the leaders. It's a lost cause though, as you can see. There's no way he's going to get there in time. But Lewis 5th.
That's ridiculous. The super soft just not turning on then?
No, it's just not.
Temperature? Or?
I don't know what it is. They're not getting the life out of them, Jamie, that they need. Obviously they're slower than the ultras, and they're just not lasting long enough to be worth using. And a lot of drivers out there going ultra soft, and I think that's what we're going to see in ILR2 later on. 7 o'clock start, remember, of course, for ILR2. But I think it is going to be all about ultra soft to soft if the guys can make the tyres last, Jamie. But Look.
What's up?
So you were saying, carry on, or you were going to say something?
No, I was just because I watched a couple of laps on the live stream, and I was noticing only Michelangelo managed to do ultra soft to soft. So you know, he is the best tire wearer in the league. So I don't know. I've been asked for someone else to do ultra soft. Do you think maybe the 2-stop is better? Because I mean, the pit stop delta is not really that long. It's only like 17 seconds, I think.
Yeah, it's not a long pit at all. But strange to say that the guys on that one stop have pulled it off and gone in, as you can see, on course for a first ever ILR1 win, Jimmy. And I see another man that we've got to consider for this World Championship next year. He's beaten Falcon, and you've got to say, that's a similar place to Michael to be beating Falcon.
Possibly, man. I'm not going to speak too soon, but I really want him to be up there too next season. Next season will be an absolute cracker, mate.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see how it pans out. I mean, as I've said, so many drivers fighting it out for the championship next year. We're going to have Pistas, who's not been here again today. We're going to have Shimasi up there fighting for that title. We're going to have Michelangelo as well, Cliffy, so many drivers, Lewis as well. They're all absolutely rapid, and it's going to be about who's the most consistent, Jamie, and I just cannot call it at the moment as we now watch Shimasi get past Cliffy at long last. So Shimasi looks to have passed him and got himself up into that 6th place. It's been a bit of a frustrating afternoon for Shimasi. A lot of frustrating afternoons out there actually. Cliffy as well, Michael, all having a bit of a nightmare today. And Lewis has now finally got the better of a poor start and got up into 5th, but I don't think it's going to get any better than that for him. And it's also worth saying that I believe the World Championship is going to be sealed as well here today for Pistas, despite not being here. I believe there's 2 more races to go after this one. And let's have a quick look at the driver's standings. We might as well.
Yeah, 50 points, that's it. 51.
That's it. How many points is it now? 52? Is it 53? 52.
Yeah.
No, it won't be over because Shimasi's going to finish 6th. And he'll get 8 points for that. And I think that will just about keep it. 8 points for that. It will just keep it going. I think 50 points there will be between them. In fact, Pistas
50 points. If it's 50 points, Pistas will still win it though, right? Because of race count back.
I think so, but I don't know how many wins Pistas has got versus Shimasi's race wins. But Shimasi wins the last 2.
The gap is more than 2 for sure though.
Well, I think so. I think so. So I think we can safely say that Pistas will be world champion. So congratulations to him. He's looking good for the world championship. As CJ is trying to keep behind on an end and give him a bit of a race here. Actually, I've been watching this for a few laps. Jamie, look at this. CJ climbing all over the back of him on those ultra softs, looking the quicker driver at the moment. Gordon can't afford to let him go though, because if he does, he'll drop into the clutches of his race-long rival Falcon.
I think he'll let him do it straight, surely.
Well, I think he'll not fight it if CJ comes past, I suppose, but
yeah.
No, CJ's not interested. Look at that, he's dropping right back off him again, and there's no point anyway in getting involved for Frisky CJ as the rally's outside the points. He's not going to keep the championship going any further.
No way. Oh yeah, remind me. So it's going in clear of penalties.
Oh, penalties! That's another thing that I always forget about. Let's have a quick look at that penalty count, Jamie. In fact, I've got the stream on. Do you mind having a wee look for us? See if I think Gordon's fine. No penalties. But lap 34 and 36, as Jamie searches for penalties, well, I'll give you a quick rundown of the order on track at the moment. It's Gordon leading the Finnish driver on course for a first ever ILR1 victory here. Falcon is in 2nd. So often the man challenging for the victory, the nearly man of ILR at the moment, again unable to take home the victory by the looks of it at the moment. He's 2nd. Zalin, another fine performance in 3rd position, 6 seconds off of the lead. And Zalin, well, he's just looked quicker in recent weeks, and another one that could potentially be fighting for the championship if he can find that extra few tenths. Lickle is 4th and Lewis is 5th. Shimasi is in 6th position. Michael is in 7th. It's very unlike him to be down there. He's actually in a battle with Cliffy and Nowek for that 7th position, and Nowek on fresher tyres will be threatening here. So Michael.
Okay, so it looks like both Donanen and Voltex X Falcon are both on their 2nd 40.
So they're okay then? No issues for those guys?
Okay, unless Donanen cuts a corner, then that's a problem.
Okay. Well, if Gordon can just keep his head, he will go home and take the 25 points with him. There's only 2.6 between them. If he cuts the corner, he will lose a place, as we now watch Nowek and Cliffy go side by side across the start-finish line. Nowek on those super soft tyres. All these tyres a little bit more worn on all 3 drivers, but I think Nowek will have the best set of boots on him as he tries to find a way past Cliffy getting into turn 1, but Cliffy holds him off for the moment as Michael, Cliffy and Nowek do battle for 7th, 8th and 9th. And as I was saying, there are Mercedes getting the final point in 10th. He won't get to these guys in time. Johnny 11th and CJ is 12th, and he's right behind the race leader, of course, on the racetrack, as we've just seen. As Nowek with a late lunge there on Cliffy. Oh, he bangs wheels and he nearly goes for a spin. Listen to the fans, they're absolutely loving it down there. Side by side goes Nowek and Cliffy. And again they rub wheels. Can Nowek sweep right round the outside of Cliffy? He should have the better tyres. He should have more grip. They go side by side, and it looks to me like Nowek completes the move. And Cliffy drops back. He tries to keep his nose in and goes for a major slide. And down to 9th place goes Cliffy. Up
looks
to
like
8th
he
for
changed
Nowek.
a couple of directions on he changed a couple directions on the straight, so that was a bit naughty from Cliffy, but he should be good though. I mean, the move was done, so didn't have to worry about like with Charlie.
Yep, Charlie will be keeping his feet up on the desk, and there'll be no need to get involved for penalties in that case. But It looks like Gonanen is going to take the victory here. 2.3, he's managed that gap brilliantly to Falcon, and as a new star being born in ILR as we watch him round the final few corners of this race, the final few corners of the lap. And here we go through the middle sector. That Red Bull chassis working wonderfully in that middle sector, and he's going to take home a fine victory this afternoon if he doesn't cut any corners. 2.1 the gap between him and Falcon. But it's all about Gonanen then. Here today, he comes round the final few corners. The fans in the grandstand rise to applause him. It's been a magnificent drive, and he's going to win his first ever ILR race. Round the final corner comes Gonanen. He wins the Mexican Grand Prix. His first ever ILR victory. Fantastic performance. He surely has to be a contender for driver of the day. Falcon hits the line second. Him and CJ trickling over the line with 3 wheels on their wagon. So he's second. Zalin a brilliant third. Another fine performance from Zalin. As Lewis seems to have got Lickle at the line, Jamie, in the final corner. Oh, Lickle will be furious. Well,
must have the absolute traction of that final corner.
Is it just me, or does Lewis love passing people at the finish? He did it against Michael in Japan, and he's done it again here.
Right.
So there you go. Lickle drops to 5th in the end. You'll be furious with that. Michael home 6th, unlike him, and Shimasi is 7th. Nowek brings home the Williams in 8th after that long first stint. Zena Mercedes 9th, and Cliffy rounds out the top 10. A forgettable afternoon for some of the front runners in this league. Johnny was 11th and Frisky CJ 12th. A known finish for Paga, Redmat, Hungry Tadpoles and Bulletproof. But Jamie, some of the main drivers faltered, but Gonanen did not, and he picks up a first ever victory, Jamie, and one that he totally deserves. A fantastic result for him.
What a drive, what a drive. What position did he start in?
I think he started in 3rd or 4th position, Jamie. 3rd or 4th, I believe it was.
Solid.
So he's done a fine job here to put that Red Bull on the top step of the podium. There you go, the finish flag above the podium. Well done to him. A magnificent performance from Gonanen. He lifts the trophy aloft. The first of many, I'm sure. He'll be looking forward to next season. And the champagne is sprayed here in Mexico. One of the best podiums, by the way, in the calendar in that stadium section. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. A great win for him. Falcon 2nd again. He's got to win at some point, Jamie, doesn't he? And Zalin a brilliant 3rd. A few words on Falcon then, Jamie. What are your thoughts on him? Is he going to get that race win?
Yeah, I could see it happening in the next couple of weeks. I mean, you've got Brazil and Abu Dhabi. He's been getting a bit. I don't know. I wouldn't say he's been getting a bit of luck. I mean, he's only been racing for half the season, but I think he's going to get his inevitable win sooner or later. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's such a tight grid. Like, anyone can do anything, you know. Like, I mean, I didn't expect Gonanen to win today, so, you know, Falcon could win next week or whatever, but I don't know. I didn't realize he even started on pole too. Jeez. Yep.
Well, Falcon on the pole, unable to beat Gonanen, who started 4th. In the end, it proved that the one stop was the best strategy to choose, and well done to Gonanen. He wins for Finland. Jamie, let's try and get the guys in, and hopefully we can have a wee interview with them. Why not? We might as well try it. Who can we invite? You okay to invite them, Jamie? I'll just hang in the stream, because obviously if I invite them, nobody can see them.
You'll have to. I think.
Gonanen, Zalin, and Falcon. So yeah, I know.
They have their thingies turn on.
I'm not sure. We'll find out. We'll find out in a moment.
I forgot to sort that out.
But quickly while we wait in the stream for the interviewers, for the drivers to come in, I've got a quick word on on Zalin. Actually, I think he really is starting to show that he does have the pace. And after a mid-season where he wasn't really on it, wasn't really up the front end, is Zalin finally making his name and getting himself back into the action at the front. There's a real possibility he could win a few races next season as well, so we've got to watch out for Zalin too. But right now the championship battle goes on to next season. We've got to remember as well that Vistas is of course your world champion as well as a result of that tonight. Not here of course, but Vistas has won this world championship, and it's looking good for him now, as we now can get the drivers in here. Yeah, I'll try and get him in. I think I might have him as a friend. One moment. Invite Jack in as well if you can, Jamie. Invite Jack in. I'd like to get Jack in here. That would be good.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, guys. Remember to allow your voice to be shared in the party so you can be heard on the stream. But yeah, fantastic result for going in. Are you guys okay with that? Are you guys your voice shared on the stream? Is that fine? Well, that's good then. We'll wait on Falcon. I think Falcon will be joining us soon. But straight to you, going in. Fantastic performance by the Finnish driver. Your first ILR victory. How does it feel? Well, fantastic job. I mean, you started in 4th position. You had the pace going into the race. There was a few questions whether you'd be able to keep that pace, because I feel you faded a little bit last time out in the USA. You were looking good to be battling at the front and then dropped off as the race went on. But today, on it from the race throughout, you must be really happy with your race pace. Okay. Yeah, well done to you. Fantastic. Yeah, okay, I'm going to try and invite those other guys in now. Well, I can. I'm going to invite them in. Yep. So, yeah, well done going in on that victory. Fantastic performance. It proved today that the one stop was the way to go. Were you unsure whether to go one stop or two stop going in, or did you think the one stop was always the quickest option? Okay. Okay, so and how were the tyres come the end of the Grand Prix? Those soft tyres, were they in good condition, or were they quite badly worn? Okay, well there you go. That's crucial information for the guys in ILR2 coming up at 7 o'clock. They'll be very interested to hear that. So there you go, folks. The ultra soft to the soft. Your race winner here in ILR1 has said that is the way to go. Well, the guys obey that and listen to that in ILR2 coming up. Has Falcon joined us yet? I don't think he has. We'll go to Zalin now. Zalin, well done on the podium. It's been a while. It's been an awful long time, Zalin, but back on the podium.
Yeah, it's been a while. Thanks. Race was pretty decent. Looked at the quality so much. Honestly, I forgot to change my tires. I had a proper disaster. Didn't even bother going for a lap. I just went back into the pits.
Well, Zalin, you've really started to improve in the recent weeks. I know you had a bit of a nightmare on that final lap in USA last week, but you're certainly within a few tenths and not far away now from challenging from the victories. Do you think in the remaining 2 races you can win one of them? Or do you think that's a bit too much to ask?
I'm hoping so, but the chances are not so high, let's face it. Well, I'm going to try my best and prove myself wrong, maybe.
Well, hopefully, because we've got a real championship battle coming up next year with so many quick drivers. I mean, Gonanen's throwing himself into the hat with a real possibility of challenging for the World Championship as well. But, of course, Michael struggled today, Lewis struggled today. A lot of big hitters, big names struggled today. But even though, despite that, it was still really quick pace from Gonanen and yourself, Zalin, too. Good job getting onto that podium. So, well done to you. Jamie, do you get any questions for the drivers? Do you get anything to ask them?
No. I'm just sat here trying to figure out, we're supposed to announce the Race of Champions lineup now or in ILR2?
It's up to you, mate. It's up to you.
I was best to do it in ILR2.
Well, do it.
Since
yeah.
Most people have tuned out.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. That was the thing. I was unsure whether I do it. When will I do it? Because I didn't want to do it during the race or during the action. Because if I did it during the action, then something would happen and I wouldn't be able to announce it. But yeah, that's fine. We can do it in ILR2, I suppose. But
Okay, right.
Race of Champions will be announced in ILR2 after the Grand Prix. So be sure, during the Grand Prix, be sure to tune into that one. We will have the Race of Champions lineup coming to you guys. I was unsure whether to announce it now. That's why I was going to invite Jack in, see if he wanted to do it. But okay, maybe we'll do it in ILR2. It looks to me that we're not getting Falcon in here, the looks of it. I think that is it. So there we go, folks. Well done to Gordon N. A first ever victory. The Finnish driver on the top step in Mexico. Can he carry that form into the final 2 races of the season and on to next season? We'll find out next week in Brazil, the same time, 5:30 UK time, here on the ILR YouTube channel. Hopefully next week Jamie will be with us for the whole race. Jamie, are you going to be there?
Yeah, I should be there, yeah.
Jamie will be there, that's good stuff. Okay folks, we'll see you then for next week. And of course, be sure to tune in to ILR2, which is coming up in a few moments time.